Hi, welcome. Here is your writing lesson for today, 6.8. We are focusing on writing our poems. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about writing a poem and the topic of your poem and what your poem will be about. We also drew a little picture of what we are going to write our poem about. We did that on page 6.3 inside our writing packets. Okay. Today we will be focusing on this model. So we're on the next page in our writing packet, 6.4. It says poem. The title is My Kite in the Wind. So this is a model. A model is an example. We like to read examples before Miss Youssef says do it, right? Who can raise their hand and tell me why we like to read examples or see examples before Miss Youssef says do it on your own? Why does that help us, Jasmine?
So we can get ideas.
Good. So we can get ideas from their writing, right? We can also check our work and see if it's kind of the same as the example. If it's kind of the same as the example, is that cheating? No, it's not. It's trying. Yes, that's right. It is trying. And it's also, you're teaching yourself based off of the example, right? If you rewrote the example or the model word for word, then yes, that's cheating. That's meaningless. But if you are reading the example to keep you on track or to see what you need to add or what you are missing, that is actually why I give you a model or example, to help you with that. Everyone learns differently, and when I was your age, and still till today, as an adult, I still learn best when I have an example. Even if something is written chronological order, step by step with pictures, this is what you do, this is how you do it, blah, 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 step 1, 2, 3. I still do better if I have an example, even if it's written there word for word. I need to see an example, or I'm not going to get it. And that's okay, and that's normal. That's not cheating. It's not, copying somebody else's work, okay? Because some of you guys feel that way sometimes, and it's not. So let's talk about elements of poetry real fast. Remember, poetry, it's a message. They have stanzas. What's a stanza? It's a group of lines. So stanzas are, so a poem is different than a story. You're not writing sentences. You're writing stanzas. That's a group of lines. It's like a small paragraph, but for poems. Includes sound patterns. We talked about that. Alliteration. Big brown bear. When 3 or more words start with the same letter. That's called alliteration. Or with rhyme or rhythm or an onomatopoeia. Remember that book that we read together, The Book with No Words? That was full with onomatopoeias. That was like the whole onomatopoeia book, remember? How it made me say all those noises out loud? All right, sensory language, the way things look, smell, how we can hear the sound, touch, and taste, okay? All right, so let's move on and read the example together. Follow along with me. My kite in the wind. This is a stanza. Look, it has number 1 next to it, stanza 1. The brisk wind hisses in my ear, letting me know it is near, period. I race the wind with my bright red kite, and on the blustery wind's wings, I stop and watch my kite take flight. All right, let me read, and then we can read it again together, okay? Let me read the first time. Stanza 2. A fresh wind rushes for my kite, lifting it almost out of sight. Breezes blowing with a swoosh, and on the blustery wind's wings, I stand and watch my kite go whoosh. All right, and then it shows us the elements of poetry. This is the first stanza. Okay, actually, let me scoot back a little bit. This is a title. The title is My Kite in the Wind. The stanzas are the parts of the poem. So the first stanza, it says, the brisk wind hisses in my ear. Brisk is a sensory word. Brisk is something that we can feel, right? The brisk wind. Brisk means like like strong wind. It hisses in my ear. Hisses is two. Hisses is a sensory language we can hear. It's also an automatopoeia. It's a sound that something makes. And it says in my ear. Then they included rhyming words. What two words rhyme here, everyone? Ear and near. We also have alliteration. Alliteration is when two or more words start with the same letter. What two words start with the same letter here? Winds, wings. Very good. Winds, wings. All right. So let's go back and read it together now. You ready? I want to hear everyone's voice with me, starting from the title. My kite in the wind. The brisk wind hisses in my ear, letting me know it is near. I race the wind with my bright red kite, and on the blustery wind's wings I stop and watch my kite take flight. A fresh wind rushes for my kite, lifting it almost out of sight. Breezes blowing with a swoosh, and on the blustery wind's wings I stand and watch my kite go whoosh. Excellent job. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. So let's see. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see, what does it say? Why do you guys think that the author of this poem made only 2 stanzas? Raise your hand. Why do you think he only put this in 2 stanzas, Dominic? Because it's a poem. Why else? What kind of message is he trying to... What's the message here? What is he trying to say? Yes? Okay, maybe it's about him slowing down and pausing when everything around him is moving fast. That's actually very, very good. Yes. It's also about how the wind is, and the things that he does in the wind. My kite in the wind. He's talking about his kite and how his kite reacts in the wind. Very good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I want you to read your poem inside of your... So the poem that you wrote inside of your writing notebook, that's the poem we're going to use. If the one that you wrote yesterday inside of the writing packet, the one you wrote here, if you like the one you wrote here more, you're going to rewrite it in your notebook and use that one. If you like the one you wrote in your notebook more, you're going to use the one you wrote in your notebook. And you're going to add on to it by adding things that are already that are in this model, such as rhyming words or alliteration. Remember, alliteration, don't be scared of a big word. Alliteration means 2 or more words that start with the same letter next to each other. Maybe you can add an automatopoeia in there, like a sound. Okay, you're going to do that. You're going to reread your poem or your draft, and you're going to add some of those things there. Also, maybe you can add a second stanza if yours is only 1 stanza. Think of ways you can draft your writing or your poem to make it better. Miss Yusuf, my poem is about a season, about the hot or the cold or the whatever weather. It's not about a kite or a thing. It's not about anything. It's about weather. That's okay. That's okay. I didn't say you had to write a poem about a kite. Okay, your poem is perfect the way it is. Don't feel like Miss Yusuf says I need to rewrite one. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want you to add some things in there, such as the things that are in this example, like a sensory language, or automatopoeia, or rhyming words, or alliteration, or all of it. Okay? Think about it. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to think about it, and then you can go ahead and rewrite or draft or edit your draft. Okay? All right, if you have any questions, do let me know. See you later. Bye.